Hello everybody. Today we shall discuss about human trafficking and organized crime. Trafficking by and large involves a range of people such as a seller, a procurer, a broker, an agent, a middleman, a transporter, a buyer, a money lender, a money launderer, an owner of illegal premises, and an exploiter. All of them know that they are breaking the law to make a profit in cash or kind from the act. This fits in with the definition of the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime 2000, which states that an organized crime group is a structured group of three or more persons existing for a period of time and acting in concert with the aim of committing one or more serious crimes or offences established in accordance with this convention in order to obtain directly or indirectly a financial or other material benefit, which is quoted in Article 2A. The involvement of organized crime groups in India is indicated by case studies shared by law enforcement officials and covered by news reports. Specifically for prostitution and child labor, gangs and syndicates in India operate at various levels, the village or rural level centers of power at the national level and the regional or international flesh trade market. The different levels are all interlinked and reflect all the elements of organized crime. Within this criminal activity, the commoditized victim is repeatedly violated. Thus, conceptualization of prostitution as an organized crime is of vital importance. All those who are committed or have the responsibility of curbing trafficking have to have an understanding of number one, place, time, and methods of recruiting of the victims. Second one, the profile of procurers in terms of behavior patterns, patterns of social conditioning. Number three, intermittent abettors, which are police, passport authorities, taxi operators, etc. Fourth one, levels of trafficking. The international links of the traffickers have been well documented. For example, according to the NHRC study, over 10% of the interviewed traffickers had visited one country outside India. 8.1% had visited two countries and 1.3% had visited three or four countries. An overwhelming majority of the traffickers, that is 84.4%, stated that the purpose of the visit was to sell or buy girls. The rest had traveled abroad in connection with the associated activities like arranging dance, song programs, and exploring possibilities for trafficking. The places used by traffickers to carry out trans-border trafficking included Nepal, Dubai, Muscat, Bahrain, Bangkok, Kenya, South Africa, England, and the Gulf countries. During data collection, the respondents also revealed that they had trafficked male children to Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries in order to make them back. Vertical and horizontal linkages between crime syndicates and trafficking networks. So here are the points to be remembered in this issue, in this related issue, that profits from trafficking are third only to the underground narcotics and arms trade. This is according to UNODC 2000. Organized crime syndicates run trafficking via some recruitment agencies. Strong connection exists between trafficking networks and well-connected individuals who prevent prosecution of traffickers. Organized crime in India includes international trading of girls and women from Nepal and Bangladesh to major urban centers like Mumbai. Interlinked gangs run gambling, drug prostitution, and the arms trade for overall economy. Cash exchanged for trafficking and prostitution fuels money laundering and the black economy. So this is about uh, what we have discussed in connection with human trafficking and organized crime. Hope you understood the points related to this, and we shall see the other related issues in connection with human trafficking in the next video lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Now.